What is the deal? What's going on? What's happening with the Raider family? How is everybody feeling in the building? Hey, first of all, my timing is impeccable. That's number one. Hey, you muted. You muted. You muted.
Yeah, I don't think y'all know, ladies and gentlemen. This man literally
timing is super impeccable, boy. That's what I do. What up, Pops?
That was dope.
What's up, son? How you doing, man?
Man, I'm feeling good, man. Feeling good on this Sunday. We gonna talk some Raider ball. Glad to have you in the building.
Yeah, see you shine over there. You know what I'm saying? Much appreciated. What's up, Turf? My guy, what's going on with you, dog?
Hey, you. That's what's up, man. I'm excited for you to be on the show today, man. I was hoping we could get you last week, but obviously I had obligations as well as others. So,
man, you know what, dog? Yeah. I heard what you had going on. And those not even obligations, dog. Those are privileges, man. Congratulations to your baby girl.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate that. Absolutely, no doubt. Man. Yeah. So I'm just ready to hear your take, man. I mean, we got a lot to discuss, if you ask me.
For sure.
When it comes to the OTAs and so forth. So I can't wait to hear how you feeling about a few things.
Yeah, no doubt, man. It's been a minute since I've been on, dog. So I'm excited to, chop a little shop with y'all, man. A lot's been going on. So yeah, I'm ready to get to it.
Yes, sir.
About that time, man. But y'all already know what it is, man. If you are in the building, if you here on Sunday, you know what time it is. Hit the shield tax, man. Hit those thumbs up here on the channel, man. It's much appreciated, man. Everything y'all can do. But y'all already know what time it is and how we got to start every show off here on the Syndicate Network and do a little roll call, right?
Yes,
with our
sir.
guys in the building, man. They showed up big, man. So number one,
in the building.
Shout out to the guy, Tony, man. Much appreciated. Glad you can be here for sure, man.
Salute, Tony.
Salute.
Stuart in the building, man. What's the deal, Stuart? How you feeling? Glad you could be here.
What's good, Stuart?
My 2 cents.
2 cents. What's the deal?
What up?
Yes, sir.
Our guy, Chris, in the building. What's going on?
Hey, you already know.
Where you at, Killer Chris? You need to be on there too, right?
Yeah, Chris got some obligations today, so we gonna let him ride today. But don't worry, we got a lot for him. For him. In fact, someone that told me to remind him this week about some fun facts on my boy AOC. So maybe he'll chop it up in the chat and give y'all something.
Maybe, man. Maybe.
You know what I'm saying?
What up, Chris?
Raiders Rebel in the building,
man. Yeah. Salute.
What's the deal, Rebel? Glad you can make it, man. So y'all already know what time it is, man. When you do, get on here, man. Go ahead, tap in with the conversation, man. We want to go ahead and get your comments on screen. We want to go ahead and interact with y'all, man. Y'all make the show go real. Y'all make the show go down, man. So at the end of the day, much love to everybody that is in the building and will be in the building shortly. But as Turf already said, man, lots going on for the OTAs. For me, it's like the competition is ramping up, right? Like for me, competition is definitely ramping up. It seems like we really getting into, the real battles that are going to be going on within training camp, right? Like we really starting to mold them. So, Pops, I want to get your takes on it. Like, what have you heard so far out of these OTAs leading up to today? Like that has you excited, nervous? Like what's your OTA take so far?
All right, OTA take. I got 3 short takes. I'll break them down like this. Number one, I think all of us have been hearing the same thing about the quarterback competition. Like Turf, I'm on team AOC. So it's good to hear that he's doing what he's supposed to be doing, looking like he's trying to take another step. You know what I mean? It's kind of funny. Nobody take this out of context, but the guy looks eerily similar to Tom Brady wearing that number 12. It's just kind of funny. He even working with he even working with Alex Guerrero. You know what I'm saying? So I'm expecting some big things. I fully expect for him to fend off Gardner Minshew. And I think every Raider fan should be happy about that because we want a homegrown quarterback. I don't give a damn if it is in the 4th round. You know what I mean? AOC is ours. We didn't get him from another team. You know, this man is a homegrown Raider, so good to hear that. Number 2, defensive line. Defensive line. You know, hearing good things about the D line, man. You know, as far as some of the reports you've been hearing, you know, from Vinny Bonsignor and some of the other guys that, you know, Adam Hill, the guys that see practice and all that, Deshaun Reed. Defense looks to be very, very, very cohesive early on.
Yep.
Hey, man, I got it. Your uncle's calling me right now, of course.
But yeah, defense early on for sure. That I mean, I agree with all the takes.
Hold on, I'm gonna get back to you in a second, man. Hold on.
Yes, sir.
Do your thing. So as we wait for Papa to run there and do his thing, but yeah, I agree with what he said, man. That the defense is leading the charge right now, and that's really what it is. But we talked about it on Turf for Rundown on Thursday, right? We still got a couple problem areas that we must address, right? That we got to address now during OTAs. You know what I mean? It looks like everything's looking good for the defense, but at the end of the day, we not hearing certain names at certain positions we need to hear, and we already know what time it is, right? We already know what time it is. So everybody, we was hoping Chris was gonna be here, but if he in the comments, we gonna do it anyway, man.
Yeah.
If you're a Jacorian Bennett truther right here, right at the end of the day, you're gonna need to stand up for your guy. You're gonna have to give us on the other side some hope, right? Because at the end of the day, we done heard everything in OTAs. We didn't even heard the DB coach speak. I ain't hear him say nothing about Jacorian Bennett in the press conference. I ain't hear none of that. So at the end of the day, it's like it seems like a lot of hope and prayer to me. That's just what it seemed. It seemed like a lot of hope and prayer. So I need the truthers to come forward and give us some reasons. Papa run down back pop. So I'm saying, you know, you said that about the defense. I was telling Turf. We heard a lot. But my problem area is that cornerback too. I still have heard nothing about
guess what? Hold on.
None of that.
Hold on. That leads me to my third. Bullet point for the OTAs, right? And I'm gonna talk about at Turf. I've been kind of waiting, dog, because I've been needing to chop it up with you about this subject, bro. Like for some reason, it's like it's just a little sore spot with me, dog. I mean, I love all your takes, dog, but this one right here just kind of gets me, dog. And it's that Jacorian Bennett, dog. I've been hearing really good things about this young man, dog.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like I've been hearing some good things from coaches, some of the other players, even the beat reporters, the beat writers. You know what I mean? A lot. That's why they haven't really jumped out. You know, we're gonna take Xavier Howard off the board anyway, but that's why they ain't really jumped out looking for no other corners. You know what I mean? Because I think this kid, bro, gonna be able to hold his own, dog. I mean, homegrown talent, baby. We ain't done that in so long. We don't even know what it feel like. But we got homegrown talent littered across the roster. He one of them.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, I agree. And look, ladies and gentlemen, I hope I am 100% wrong. I mean, I pray the kid gets it together and actually catches on, because, I mean, all it does is solidify our defense as absolutely being in the top 5. I would say if he's an actual legitimate number 2 cornerback, I will give us the top 3. I'll give us the top 3, and I'll be looking at number 2. Maybe behind KC, maybe behind the Ravens. I don't know, but
well, don't forget that Jerry Sneed ain't in KC no more.
That's right. So
he ain't in KC no more.
Look real good if that's the case. But my problem is, like Rundown said, all we are hearing is hopes and prayers, and people just really, trying to give him the confidence he needs. In my opinion, you don't hear this type of talk when it comes to our kid. Who's the one I used to constantly bag on the defense?
Oh, Nate Hobbs?
No, on the defensive line, who they saying he's starting to look like
Tyree.
So now, if you think about what they're saying about Tyree and OTAs, see the drastic difference, ladies and gentlemen, between how they're talking and looking at him and how he's performing, as opposed to us getting any love from Jacorian Bennett. I mean, in fact, like Pop said, the cornerbacks coach actually said that he expects Jack to have a big year. He didn't really say nothing much about Jacorian.
He ain't saying nothing about nobody else. That's the problem.
And they just keep giving all of these comforting sayings and little phrases on him.
But let's
anybody else.
But let's keep in mind, fellas, that we talk about a young player, we talk about a second-year player, we talking about new coaches, dog. Sometimes there's a little bit of mental game there. You know what I'm saying? Like, we ain't gonna give you, we're not gonna feed you shit, dog. We're gonna see if you see if you're gonna come out here and earn it, because we got a guy like Faison that's kind of, he's still kind of slotted in there too. This is what I'm hearing from
even that. You know what I mean? Like that's my problem. Even that. And so I'm like, I understand he's young, but now like we're on the grass now. So now it's like, especially at cornerback at this point right now, you can show some things as a corner with no pads on. So it's like we're not even seeing that. You know what I mean? So it's like, okay, cool. And I see, how other people are talked about in their second year, right? They talking about other dudes in their second year, and they talking about it in way higher regard. This guy, they talking like, well, we hope he do what he's supposed to do. We hope he does this.
But look, I just read an article from Vinny Bonsignor this morning in the Las Vegas Review Journal praising that kid, saying like he's solidly put in right now as the number 2 corner, and he's actually looking the part in OTAs. That's like the last thing I've heard from the eyeball witness guys. You know what I mean? I mean, like I said, the guy's got a lot of attributes, man, and they, from what I read, they said he looks like he's much more well versed in the defense. He understands what's going on now. They said it looks like things are slowed down for him. I just don't think the coaches are going to sing his praises just yet. They want to see him continue to ascend.
That's because they can't. They know they can't, because the biggest problem Jacorian Bennett has, nobody can just fix. It's not, he doesn't have the instincts. At least that's what he showed. Now, if that's because he didn't know the playbook, couldn't get with the playbook or grasp it well enough in order to, kind of let his instincts take play as well, then okay, maybe this will be what happens. But again, I've already told you my take on him grasping this playbook like that. I mean, but
remember, Turf, my guy, remember
instincts, man. The lack of instincts. I mean, you can't teach that. You don't teach instincts. You don't teach a corner to have those smarts, and I don't know. It's just natural instincts, in my opinion.
But okay, I get it. But what I'm hearing, like what I've been hearing from like the people that's been witnessing the OTAs, some of the videos I watch. I'm a big AM 920 Vegas radio guy. I listen to that every day. That gets me through work. So and the beat writers that are actually there witnessing the said practices, they're saying the guy is showing the type of growth that they're looking for. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because and here's another thing. Just because they're not praising him, that doesn't mean he's not doing well, because they're not saying anything bad about him either. Well, they're not saying like we're not hearing that, he's not, he's not looking well. We're hearing the defense is playing actually well. Coverage and everything. So
it's the same story though, Pops. It's the same story. It's the same thing as last year. He looked great in OTAs as a rookie. Oh, he looked great, in minicamp. Oh wow, this kid is gonna start. And by week 8, nobody had that same confidence. So but it's the same situation all over again.
But everybody's
doing the same thing in the booty shorts and the tank tops, right? We all know everybody looks good in the booty shorts and the tank tops. So I mean, I have to see it. I have to see it with pads on preseason. I'll tell you one thing: if he's not out there starting preseason, I got a problem with that.
I think honestly, dog. I think that this guy, to me, physically, attributes wise, I think my man is. I think he has the prerequisite measurables, physicality, certain things that you can look for to be a really good corner. Plus 4.3 speed. He showed toughness. Willing tackler. Now let's allow him to have a rookie year under his belt and let him walk in this year and see what's popping. Right? Like we at least owe the young man that autonomy, just like we did with Tyree Wilson. You know, we can't judge a guy's final product after one kind of, up and down rookie year, throw injuries in with that too. At the cornerback position. We ain't talking running back where you can kind of step in and bang. You know what I mean? You got to get the best of the best.
This is my thing. And I understand that, but at the end of the day, it would be a sense of, I guess, for a better lack of word, naive to say, like, some positions come with more heightened, you know what I mean, level of detail. Corner is one of those ones. And honestly, we said it on Thursday. When you look at them on paper right now, if I'm an offensive coach, I'm saying I'm going at 0 the whole game. I'm going to, because at the end of the day, that's the weak link right now.
That's football, dog. You supposed that. That's how you prove it. You got to prove it.
So at the end of the day, right? This is my thing. We're betting on a 4th round rookie, hopefully, to ascend, because cornerback too, he's gonna have to ascend a lot. Like, we're not even talking about like, a Meek Robertson production. Like, nah, he has to be better than that. So at the end of the day, cool. If he's not, what else do we have? I don't have no confidence in Brandon Faison. We can sit here and say we do all we want. I don't. Right. I don't have no confidence.
Listen, y'all, there's a reason that the kid started last year. There's a reason, you know what I'm saying? Like, they just don't try people out there. I know Faison got banged up, but there's a reason why they gave that kid some burn. They saw something. They don't just throw scrubs in there to start the beginning of the season.
There's also a reason they yanked him too.
That part.
There's a reason they yanked him, and he barely played the second half of the season.
Remember, he got hurt too. He did get hurt, bro. Like, I just think y'all grading scale for a rookie 4th round cornerback that had some injuries as well as just being a rookie cornerback in the NFL in a pass happy league. I think y'all grading scale is just a little bit high.
It's not even that. We're just saying, like, when I hear a lot of people like, this defense, we can't ignore like the weakest part of the defense. That's literally the weakest part of the defense.
But listen, how many guys on the defense? But listen, how many guys have stepped in and looked like Deion Sanders or Darrell Reeves off the rip? Like,
we're not
all we're looking for is a guy to improve upon his 4.3 speed and his natural tackling ability. The dude had a nose for the football at Maryland as well.
We say that, and this is why I keep saying this. We say that, but when I ask the question, if he has an Meek Robertson year, are you happy with that?
Of course not.
Most of us are gonna say no.
Of course, but he has better attributes than a Meek Robinson does. He has better natural abilities than a Meek Robertson does.
Bigger, play on the field, faster. Though. That's the thing.
He profiles as a cornerback that could actually be good in the league if he gets the defense down, which is a complicated defense when you're dealing with Patrick Graham. Remember, everybody's coming back into this defense. Everybody's more experienced, dog. So go ahead.
I was just gonna say, you hitting all the points that I bring up, which is why I don't think he's going to make it. See, that's the part that everybody just keeps going past and overstepping the grasping the defense part, and that it's complex. That's the part I think he has the most problem with, which is why he doesn't have the instincts nor anything else from that respect, because not only is he thinking, he don't even know what he's supposed to be doing while he's thinking.
Okay, but once again, I go back. I just read this morning from Benny Bonsignor, Las Vegas Review-Journal, that that even the coaches are saying that he's picking up, even the other players are saying he's picking the offense up. Now he looks like he knows what he's doing. It looks like the game has slowed down. Right. This is what I'm reading. I'm not just kind of just saying things. I mean, although I feel that way, but I'm reading this as well from eyewitnesses. So let's get this kid a little time, like we did Tyree Wilson. Tyree's on the clock too. We got 2 second-year talents. You know what I'm saying? So let's just hope we don't even have to go out and get another cornerback. Hopefully we didn't got to spend that bread on that. Right. And we can just say, you know what? We good with the guys we got.
Exactly. No, I agree.
Real quick, I want to get some of these comments in. Terry says, I think those BS penalties on.
He's right, Terry. You're right. You're right.
Yeah, he did have some.
It'll kill the rookie's confidence real quick. You're right, Terry. Sure. You're right.
John Leon is in the building. Had to give a shout out to my guy, man.
Leon.
Ski Hammer in the building. What's the deal? Salute.
Ski Hammer.
What up? What up?
Charles Washington. What's the deal, man?
I don't know, man.
2 comments that I want to touch on real quick.
Yeah.
One by Rebel. He says, No, not that one, but hold on. Boom. Okay, he says, yeah, y'all grades are very, very rough. He was only a 4th round pick. This is the only reason I'm gonna say this, and most of the syndicate know I'm a rough grader anyway. And the next thing
is the rundown test.
Yeah, bro. I'm a Warriors rough grader anyway. And number 2, it's because I expect better things. That's why I like it. This is why. I expect better things. I don't. At this point now, it's second year. All that.
But listen, check this, son.
I need more.
This. I got you. But look, can we at least have a criteria here that unless a rookie just looks like total trash? Hold up.
This is the only thing I was saying. We have the criteria, but this is where I start agreeing with Turf. The criteria is even when our cornerback situation was as bad as Marcus Peters was playing, he got cut. We had no depth. The man still didn't play. That's my problem. That's really the problem for real. Because we're like, last year it was bad. It was bottom of the barrel.
Remember, fellas, remember he was on injured reserve as well.
No, we understand that. But
I don't understand how y'all think a 4th round rookie goes on injured reserve.
You know Nate Hobbs is a 5th rounder, right? You know Nate Hobbs is a 5th rounder, right? From Illinois, right?
But you know what? That's a different. Nate has a different attribute than Jacorian. Nate plays
an actual dog with some instincts. I agree.
But Nate plays in the slot. Jacorian's outside. We both know that's 2 different worlds.
I agree.
That's 2 different worlds. Now,
I agree.
But okay, so what I'm saying is, let's have a criteria, fellas. Unless the rookie is trash his first year, he's an Alex. Put it this way: unless Buddy's Alex Leatherwood, you know what I'm saying? Then we can all be like, okay, get this out of here. But can we at least give a guy a second year? Can we at least watch the guy go from year 1 to year 2 before we just trash him and say he's not going to be anything? That's not fair to the kid.
But with Matt, I was just going to say real quick with Matt's comment here.
You're right, man.
I want to make sure everybody has this same vitriol and heat from my man AOC, right?
Oh, bro. I give all the rookies great.
I have a problem with because, I mean, they're literally opposite ends as far as how they look, in my opinion. I believe that AOC got thrown in 8th game and always looked better every week, while obviously Jacorian Bennett got yanked 8th game and didn't look like Jack for the rest of the season.
And was also put on injured reserve.
Right.
As
this is the next thing, because we're not going to start having revisionist history either. I have to disagree with you, Rebel, here when you say the defense wasn't even good until AP took over. Disagree, bro, because the defense kept us in games
every week.
That. It was because of the defense that we was even in a couple of them games early.
Correct.
The defense just took another notch up after AP came in. But the defense was always solid the whole year.
I agree.
Right?
I agree. They just obviously took, like you said, they took it overboard because, like he said, the shackles were let go. They were obviously able to now do things that the previous leader didn't want to see for whatever purpose.
Right. So, I mean, I still think the defense was okay. It was solid before McDaniels got fired. After he got fired, now we look at the potential it can be. That's where I'm at. So it's like, okay. But even then, it's like, can't really tell me a lot about defensive performance and what McDaniels was doing. Because, I mean, really, he was an offensive coach.
Right.
So it's like, he could say certain things, but how much impact does he really have on Jacorian's game? There wasn't really that much impact there or on the defense, period. Right. You feel what I'm saying? He can say, I don't want certain things, but it's like, as far as really getting into the scheme, he probably was not doing all that.
I got to bring this one up. My guy Gravy's in the field. Shout out, Gravy. If Bennett needs to develop, he can't do that playing in games. I'll give him 2 years. If he don't improve, then bye. Even a quarterback. I agree, man. And that's my thing. Y'all want to give him grace and stuff where it's just not allowed at this particular position. I mean, you know what I mean? That's just what it is. And you're going to either get out there and play or you not. Like
that's it.
And
it's
no different than the quarterback. Like he said, you either going to sink or swim. You're gonna get that year or two, right, to not play if that's the way they had you out there. But clearly they drafted him expecting him to get some run. So with that being said, nobody wait 2 years. They can't.
He did get some run, right? He did. He actually did get some run. The kid got hurt. He tested his feet. He understands what the NFL game is like now. Now let's see him come back and bang out. But at the same time, we're just not going to sit here and expect him to be some kind of first-round corner that was supposed to show all year that he was a lockdown guy. Like, let's just really give him a little time. This is it. Now he's on the clock for real, just like all these other second-year guys are on the clock. We got to give these rooks a little time to get adjusted to the NFL, man, and the culture. Look at Malcolm Coons. I was one of the dudes that was ready to be like, man, I'm done with Coons. You know what I mean? So we just can't flip on dudes like that. You know what I mean? Like, let these youngsters get real. But, you know, we can get something, man.
To my defense, there's a reason why I'm flipping on this particular dude. And again, it's because what I see, what I understand and know about that position and what he's showing me. That's why I'm saying it. And that's why I say this. It's the tale of two different guys. I see AOC and I see progression. I don't see progression in Bennett. And that's where I have a problem. You know what I mean?
That's where it gets nasty.
That's where it gets. I feel like Bennett is on the way down, and old boy is on the way up.
Ooh, you can't. Y'all killers. Y'all killers. You know what, man? You know what? You know, it's still the off season. We got to find us some Jacorian Bennett cut-ups, dog, because I'm starting to kind of think this guy had maybe the worst rookie cornerback season in the history of the NFL here. I think we need to go find some cut-ups.
If we're talking about being a top 5 defense, there are still holes in the defense. We can't talk about being a top 5 defense. There's still holes in the defense. That cornerback 2 spot, there's a hole there. Linebacker 2, I would say there's a hole there.
Listen, you know, I call it a prove it position. Cornerback 2 is a prove it position. There's certain positions on the team that aren't prove it positions. Because they're already filled and they got hits.
We can't go up to saying we're not a top 5 defense if these don't get improved. It's just not going to happen. Like that has
every top 5 defense has a number 1 and number 2 quarterback.
Thank you.
There's no question about
it. We don't even have a reliable second linebacker.
Right.
Notice I said reliable. You can give me all the attributes you want, but is he reliable?
Speaking of that, guess what I just read? Guess what else I read today? I read Luke Masterson is out here getting it.
Now
that's another one. That's another one I heard.
Man, Eichenberg. I believe.
Yeah, hey, you know I like my guy Eichenberg now.
Yeah,
I like Eichenberg.
Yeah, me too.
That one I do like. I think he can go ahead and creep up into that role when the pads come on because he's a football player. So all this shorts and shirt, it ain't gonna show nothing.
Exactly, nothing shows up at this point other than dudes looking at you.
Let's talk about this though, because we was talking about cornerback all this time. And Pops kind of touched on it, but let's see if we can play Nostradamus a little bit. Me, I want a vet corner. Now, Xavier Howard is off the board now. It's over with. We can't do that. If y'all ain't already heard, he going through some little freaky case right now. You feel what I'm saying?
Wild.
Boy, little freaky frog. So we ain't gonna mess with that. Yeah, we ain't messing with that at all. Keep that away. You feel what I'm saying? We gotta keep that away. But there's still some talent left on the board right now. Yeah. So I see a lot of people talking about Stephon Gilmore. I'm not really that big on Adoree Jackson, but hey, I see a lot of people.
Steven Nelson would be solid.
I do like Steven Nelson.
He passed the rundown test though. How old is he?
He like 30. He like early 30s. He's
nice.
For a corner, early 30s is whatever. Yeah.
Your grandmother's calling me. Everybody's calling me.
Everybody want to call.
Lord.
Yeah.
But yeah, so if you get Gilmore, it at least gives you more veteran leadership in the room. Because I've been saying we need that. But can he survive 17 games at the age and stage he is? That's the thing.
Okay. Can I say something real quick too? Now, Don't get me wrong. If we did sign a veteran cornerback, I'm good with that too. You know what I mean? Like, because you did touch on something that I want to say, give you props for. Veteran leadership is always good leadership, you know, especially when you got a guy like Stephon Gilmore. So, yeah, I'm sorry, fellas. But if we able to reel a guy like that in, more power to us, dog. Yeah, let's do that. You know?
That's where – so this is where I think for you Jacorian Bennett lovers will help this is what would help him. I don't think he's ready to play. I don't think he's ready to play.
Nah.
I think he's ready to sit behind somebody and realize that he's either going to be able to do this or not. But trying to have him play now like they tried.
And that's the thing. Turf is hitting it 100%. Like, this gives breathing room, right? Like, for him, for the younger corners we just drafted. You feel what I'm saying? You get to see a dude who done did it already. Not even, and think about it from this aspect. Jack Jones ain't the oldest player either. You feel what I'm saying? And we kind of see that temperament. You know what I mean? We see that. We see what that temperament is. So at the end of the day, while he's seasoning as well, he's on that little. I feel like Jack Jones on that teetering stage where he can be a superstar. He's there. He can be. But right now he's teetering. You know what I mean?
Veteran leadership would definitely tie it all together. Veteran leadership.
We're so young in the room. We're just so young. I'm just like, it would help us just to get somebody older that's been there, done that, been to big games as well, right? Gilmore's been in big games. This is something we aspire to do this year. We don't have a lot of dudes that's been in that position.
What I would say about that overall, I would say that just be patient. Right now, I think they're just assessing, see what they have, to see if they need to go one direction or the other. You know what I mean? So I think we're in a really good position, dog. When you got bread, you ain't worried about spending it if you need to. You know what I mean? Right now, it's just like, let's see what these youngsters got, even the rookies that we drafted. But it'd be nice to have a seasoned dude up in there. I don't know if they look at Faison that way, but it'd be nice to have a seasoned dude up in there. You know what I mean? So we'll be on the lookout for that. I just think they're really trying to figure out what they want right now, what they got.
Well, from what I understand, Faison ain't too bad.
Saying, man.
And in fact, if he can stay healthy, right, and stay off the health bus, I mean,
remember, that's a veteran.
That's what I'm saying. He might be that dude that could be the solid number 2 if you don't grab somebody and then let Jacorian play behind him.
Well, see, would you rather have Faison? Because I don't think Gilmore's going to be that expensive, right? Like, would you rather have Faison or Gilmore?
Check this out too. One more caveat, right?
Yeah.
If we talking the way this D-line, if we talking D-line the way we supposed to be talking it, that should give the cornerbacks a little bit of boost anyway.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, it's a little different because the D-line is supposed to be so dominant. We get a dominant D-line, bro. Cornerbacks.
No, absolutely. And I've been saying that for a minute, that the fact that this defensive line has drastically improved overnight, that it's 100% going to help the secondary, and they won't have to worry about a lot of double moves, things to that nature, because with a regular front 4, we should be able to get pressure. So,
and I would say that
it's going to be a problem
too. But my thing is just this, like, we know how NFL is, and we just know the teams we play. You know what I mean? Like, Andy Reid's of those natures are going to say, well, I know they got a good D-line, but and I'm not saying he is going to be trash, but we're just saying it for the simple fact of the argument. They got a good D-line, but I know number 0 ain't all that good. So at the end of the day, I'm going over there.
Fellas, something came over me the other day, and this really it's been on my mind for the last couple of days, thinking about our defense, right? Because there's an expectation that we all have now. There's a certain way that we're thinking that this defense is going to perform, right? But my deal is, are we going to be ready to stop the run? We need to stop the run, dog. Like, I don't think that, sometimes we start thinking D-line, right? We think D-line and we like, yeah, man, sacks. Pressure. Right. But we got to, this team has to be fundamentally sound and be able to be a complete defense. And I don't know, that's a concern for me. I don't know if it is for y'all, but that's a question mark for me.
Right.
Are we going to be a good run-stopping team as well? We need to talk about that, dog, because if we're not going to be able to do the things that we think we can do with the defense if we giving up 4-5 yards a carry.
That's true. I mean, we were a pretty good run defense last year. We weren't terrible, I would say. I don't think it was anything where I was like too concerned. We didn't look like the Chargers or anything like that.
Right. Well, I'll be honest. I think that is going to be the way that teams are going to try to have to beat us. I don't think they're going to have any other options because they already know they try to even 3-step drop and it's going to be a problem.
Bingo. You got it. You hit it on the head.
They're going to be forced to run the ball.
Mm-hmm.
And, our guys are going to have to be ready. I mean, we got the guys in the middle.
So you Raider fans, everybody in the chat, y'all don't forget that fact. We got to stop the run. It ain't just about us, Max getting around the corner, Christian Wilkins doing his thing, and now we got Malcolm Coons and Tyree and everybody banging out, sacking. Nah, bro, we got to be fundamentally intact. We trying to get third and longs, and the only way you do that, dog, is your defense got to be dominant 360.
Yeah, for sure, Wilkins is going to help stop the run. Wilkins, that's definitely what he does. Honestly, well,
we got Big Jenkins back, we got some run stuff and dudes in there.
Runs. So I mean, we've been focusing on the defense, but let's go ahead and transition to the offense because there might be some questions that we have on that side of the ball as well. I know I have questions about some of the running back position. Right? I got some questions because it's like I like Zamir. I'm fine with Zamir, but after that, it gets a little dicey for me. Right now, I don't know if you heard Pops, but with Madison seemed to have a little bit of an issue holding on to the rock during practice.
Yeah, I mean that was a knock on him in Minnesota.
I was getting crucified when we first signed him, and I said he don't be holding on to the ball well. I was getting crucified, but regardless of it, and you tell me, Pops, I haven't talked to my Pops about this at all. So y'all getting the first reaction. Tell me right now, as a running back, should you be fumbling the ball in OTA summer?
Pull no.
That's all I need to know. That's all I need to know. It's not normal. It's not okay. We're not going to sit here and push it off to the side because it's not. You should not be fumbling the ball at any point in the summer. The ball shouldn't even sniff the ground at all.
Yeah. So and this is coming. Hey, listen. And this is coming from a man. I think the heaviest that he played running back was 175, and I think in the 4 years that he played, he might have had maybe 2 to 3 fumbles, maybe.
Right.
I've seen this guy carry the ball 42 times in a football game before and didn't put it on the ground or nothing. You know what I mean? So yeah, ball security is real, and that's always scary, man. You know what I'm saying, with a guy like that because he's a hard runner, but the way AP coaches, the dude should be fresh because I think Zamir's gonna get burned. Zamir gonna get a lot of carries, and I think that'll keep Madison, from having the ball in his hands too much.
Okay,
right? Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I don't know why people are concerned with our running game. I think with the offensive line we have, you're gonna be able to put anything back there. And
running game gonna pop. Don't even trip, Raiders fade. Running game gonna pop.
I'm really confused. There are guys that didn't get drafted that can come in and from game one kick up some dust. Like, I'm just trying to think. Let's name some teams that actually tried to run the ball but couldn't this year. I just want to think any team that literally tried running the ball, not a fake team trying to. You're not going to.
The Jets were bad. They were terrible.
Well, they
tried to fashion themselves as a running team. They were terrible.
Who were their running backs though?
The Steelers were kind of bad last year.
No, that kid behind whatchamacallit was kicking up dust. In fact, he started playing.
Warren, yeah, but see,
he was kicking up dust.
That was towards the later end of the year, but when we played them, they were trash.
Right.
They couldn't run the football that great.
But at the end of the day, my thing is this: because we're gonna go on a whole, it's gonna be like a 3-headed monster, pretty much, or it's gonna be running back by committee. I need more dynamic plays out of probably that RB2, right? Because I know what Zamir is. Zamir is that north and south, put your foot in the ground, make the cut.
Let me tell you something, man. Like, I don't understand. Like, y'all dudes, it don't seem like sometimes y'all got your ear to the street sometimes, bro, because they're not even talking about Zamir, bro. They talk about Dylan Lobby like, buddy, but this is the thing. Get some real burn. Amir Abdulah's gonna have problems making this team, fellas.
No,
I told you, Turf.
Amir Abdulah's gonna have a problem making this team.
Yeah, I keep telling Turf about Lobby, and he's like, "Oh, I'm on the wait and see." My only thing is like, I like Lauby, but we know like he's gonna have to play a specific role, right?
Bro,
Like
I just can't wait.
He's gonna play a specific role though.
And that's a role that he's gonna take from Abdullah. You've already been hearing it. Like y'all gotta have y'all ear to the street, man. Look, they already saying that this kid is gonna get, like, as the season goes on, he's going to eat into people's carries, he's going to eat into people's snaps, all that.
Don't believe me. I kept telling him.
What I don't believe, the reason I don't believe it is because just like you just called out Jacorian and how they can easily just start targeting him, guess what? I guarantee you the minute this kid gets in the game, they are blitzing and they're going to make sure he's going to be the one that has to pick up that blitz. And if not, it's going to be all situated.
I heard he's a pretty good pass protector, and I heard
he's a pass protector, yeah, and we ain't.
I'll give him that. Ain't no pads,
bro. And we're talking about a kid that's coming from the FCS. I've already told y'all. I came from the FCS. I came from the same league, all that. I'm not trying to clown or knock. I'm just letting y'all know there is a huge drastic difference blocking at that level as opposed to even blocking at the freaking other levels of D1, let alone
let's just say this. Let's just say this. What I heard,
that you develop over time. You don't come into the league and just start blocking as a running back. That's never happened. It's no different.
Is Abdullah the greatest pass blocker?
Whatchamacallit?
Okay, so I'm just saying this, right? Because I look at things like this. We kind of sometimes we'll get hung up on dudes. Okay, so what Amir gave us last year, what revelation did Amir Abdullah really give us last year?
He can step in and pass block when necessary, and when they call blitz and they have to change, and he can step up and catch the block. That's what he did. You got to remember, he had about 5 or 6 plays, right? But those plays counted, and he always had, whether it be positive yards or not blowing his assignment, always made it good. And then, of course, obviously for special teams. And I think there's just so much overhype on this Lauby kid, and he hasn't earned it yet because he's still in the shorts and the tank top, man. I mean, every running back looks great in the shorts and the tank top until it's time to start picking up 260-pound linebackers.
But I get it. I get it. But he's going to be in there not primarily to pick up blitzes all the time. He's going to be in there to handle business, catching that football.
I agree.
Other things like that. But I think he's going to be a weapon because you know what? I'm thinking about him in conjunction with Brock Bowers, Michael Mayer, and all the rest of the guys that we got, bro. You can't put your finger in every hole, in the dam. You just can't. And there's a priority list. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes, guys like him, they're going to be number 5 priority at the end of the day. You feel me? So it's like that's where his skill set comes in. And that's where I'm saying that the dynamicism that he has is going to be able to translate just because of what he has around him as well.
Well, the way I see it is I feel like everybody has kind of just forgotten about Abdullah. They don't realize that man went to Nebraska. He balled. He's just as good. And again, he's been in the league for a decade.
But we're not going to see. I don't think that we're going to see. Like we've already seen that.
If they were going to run this type of an offense, bro, they would have done that already with a bunch of these other running backs they've already had. I'm just trying to say, y'all are talking about the FCS running back that still hasn't even put the pads on yet.
I mean, look, I definitely give you that. I definitely give you that he hasn't put the pads on. I give you that he hasn't put the pads on. But
it's completely different when you put the pads on. Every running back looks different with pads. Sometimes better, right? Because how I get to run fools over or be physical, right? But all I'm trying to explain to you is coming from the division this kid came from, and then to throw him in thinking he's about to just be better than Abdullah, who's been in the game for.
But he doesn't. But okay, let me say this. Let me say this. Let me qualify this. We're not really putting him in the context of him having to run in between the tackles and play physical downhill football. That's not his role. That's not going to be his role. What his skill set is really good right now for him to be able to come in and contribute because he doesn't have to get the ball and run between the tackles and do all this stuff. His strength is catching the ball on the outside, being a mismatch, right? So when I talk about a kid like this, I'm talking about him in the context of his skill set. We know he ain't put the pads on yet, But it's a difference between saying, okay, I'm about to run through the 2-hole. I'm about to run the off tackle. You know what I'm saying? That's a little different than a dude, you know what I'm saying, catching passes out the backfield, doing, making screens and shit. So different skill sets.
I think Abdullah has the exact same skill sets, if not better, and they just didn't utilize it because it's like now we're thinking like a team that needs to have gimmicks or have some kind of, constant third down package play that's gonna feature some third down running back, and that's never been the Raiders. That's why you haven't seen Abdullah do much, because that's just not the type of offense we're trying to run or never have been trying to run. So
he's a different Raider.
We're trying to force feed ourselves this Lauby kid, and I mean, I just don't understand it. I don't understand.
All right, if I can interject real quick, I will say, all right, you on that train? I've been telling you, Turk. I think the dude is gonna make an impact. He just have all that, and at the very minimum, special teams he can return.
So let's go snatched up buddy from the Chargers, Austin Eckler. You don't think that Telesco sees Austin Eckler and Dylan Lauby?
No, you have to. They're completely different running backs. I mean, Eckler is a 230-pound bowling ball.
No way. Eckler is nowhere near 230 pounds.
He's like 220, 230, bro. He's like 220, 230. Austin Eckler, he's an every down back, bro. I'm about to find it right here.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Eckler is not. He's nowhere near 230.
Yeah, and listen, for the people that are saying that Brock Bowers is not going to be playing. He's going to play halfback, but not as much like y'all think he is. He's not going to be carrying the ball.
Not like that.
He's definitely not going to be doing all that. Now, he can definitely run with the ball, but as far as running, like real running back skill and all that, he's not going to be doing all that.
No. Hey, let me throw another. Can I throw a name out there as well? We talking offense. Let me throw out Trey Tucker, because I think this kid is going to be that kid that we've been, We've had some guys, Jacoby Ford, the small dude that we just want to be that little spark plug killer.
Yeah.
This kid, I think, is going to be that one.
That's the kid I see doing. And first of all, that's what I see, and that's where I'm coming from with it.
Real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
I do want to say this though. I was hoping Chris was in here, but hey, right. Everybody that did not want to get rid of Darren Waller at the time. Right here we are now. He has retired this morning, and now we done flipped that into Trey Tucker. And really, this is part of it. But really, think about it. You got Trey Tucker, and now instead of Darren Waller in that tight end room, you got now Brock Bowers and Mike versus Darren Waller and Foster Moreau. I'll definitely take
every day of the week, twice on Sundays.
Hey, the stars are. Hey, check it, man. If you look at this roster, the stars are finally aligning in a silver and black way. If you look at this roster, the youth, the expectation now of all these guys, offense and defense on this roster, we are finally starting to stockpile the type of talent that we haven't been able to stockpile in so long, right? This is a whole different iteration of what the Raiders can actually be in a modern football era. And now we starting to see that, y'all. We got talent up and down this roster that we can cultivate, and we think that that's going to be good. So the stars are aligned for us, dog. Right now, all we got to do is just come out and start winning games. That the mindset is to win football games, and they have to carry that every Sunday, game in and game out, which is what the Raiders haven't done for decades.
That's true. That is true, and I give it that. But we coming down to the bottom of the hour. We done talked about the offense. We done talked about the defense. Seeing what everybody's sitting here saying right here, a lot of people do believe in what Lauby can do. They do believe in this. They do believe in this offense to a degree, but quarterback is still a big question mark for some people, and it's understood because it's the most important position, and what needs to be shown to have confidence in it right now has not been shown. I will say that even if you're an AOC truther, you still have to say, in order for the whole nation to say, okay, this is the guy, that ain't been shown yet. So, I mean, we'll see. He's still in the competition, but the competition to me is looking real good already. You know what I mean? It's looking real good. From what I've seen and read and heard, it looks like AOC is ahead. But
yes,
I mean, where are you at, Pops? What have you heard?
I heard the same thing. You know, I've been singing Aiden's praises even before we drafted him. I'm gonna be 100. You know, he was one of the guys that I looked at, and you could tell him, right? Because I was on that.
Yeah,
he was one of them guys before we even drafted him last year. When I did, you know, my rounds with looking at the quarterbacks from C.J. Stroud to Bryce Young, Will Levis, all them dudes, Anthony Richardson. He was one of the guys that stood out to me, and I just like the way he sees the game. I like his temperament. Like, those are things like, you know, we just live in this microwave society where it's like, okay, I want to see him take off. Everybody want to see somebody do something like Patrick Mahomes, somebody do something like Lamar Jackson. Like, come on, man. Like, that's not realistic, but that's not the only way that you can play quarterback in the NFL. And I think that a lot of people, they underestimate this kid's character and this kid's drive. And it's like, sometimes we just want to see nothing but physical attributes. Everybody just want to see a dude take off and run. Like, listen, man, there's certain nuances to playing quarterback that I see that this kid displays and is demonstrated. And I think that he's only going to get better because he has an understanding of what's going on. He has a desire to be good. He's already been put through adversity from, you know, being the 8th guy on the depth chart at Purdue. So it's like, you know, right now, you guys, we should really be excited about him being in the league right now, because Gardner Minshew's been in the league 6 years already, right? So, and I know it'll be a little different when training camp comes. We can really see some, you know, some scrimmages against other teams when the bullets start flying. But we saw things from Aiden O'Connell. All of us did last year. We saw things from Aiden that made us say, damn, that looked different than Derek Carr.
yes,
That's a little different than Derek Carr. That's a rookie coming in cold. Like I said, man, I think AOC is going to be our quarterback for the future. We're not going to have to worry about it. I really believe that. I really believe that.
+1.
Oh, good, man.
+1.
I
Yeah.
definitely think so. I mean, as of right now, I saw he's put the work in for his body. He's put the work in for certain things, so it looks good. You know, and everything we saw so far has indicated that he has a slight edge. But at the end of the day, he still has to go earn it. Preseason is going to be when somebody wins or loses that job as far as quarterback.
But you know what else is crazy though? You know what I've been hearing about AOC that really makes me excited? Accuracy.
Yep.
I've been hearing nothing but the man puts the ball where it's supposed to. Who else had accuracy? Think about quarterbacks. Okay, we all know to talk about the quarterbacks that can run and do this.
Right.
Think about the ones that had accuracy. Think about the great quarterbacks or the good quarterbacks that had accuracy, what they could do with accuracy. Anticipation, getting rid of the football, knowing where to go with the football, right?
Yep.
Because guess what? Everybody, like I said, yeah, sometimes plays don't break down. You got to shuffle here, shuffle there to do what you got to do if you don't have that ability like a Lamar Jackson. But guess what? I bet you AOC is more accurate than Lamar Jackson is.
Oh, yeah.
I bet you he is.
100%.
Right? So let's just wait and see, and let's give our homegrown guy, let's give him all the support that he needs, dog, because I feel like he's our quarterback of the future, bro. Like, it's weird when I look at him, I'm like, dude, that's our quarterback. I just feel like that's our quarterback.
I agree. Look, bro. Y'all don't get me started. Y'all know I'm an AOC lover, bro. And again, the reason is because what I see. I saw the progression. I saw the baby step. And then we now just saw what he did during the off season. If you're going to tell me you can't noticeably see this man's body from last year to now, I don't know there's no reason to have a conversation. If you don't think that's going to translate, I don't know why we need to have a conversation. There's a lot of things that I've already stated. Even when everyone was talking this, it's not going to matter that Gardner Minshew, it's only 2 weeks. Bro, I guarantee you, the second they knew that Getty was going to be the guy. Him and AOC got together immediately, effectively. There's a reason why you're hearing about Minshew somewhat bowing out of the competition already, saying, I can't even compete with this dude. For one, because he's so damn accurate, and for two, he's ice cold. I don't understand. This kid has got everything thrown at him, and he looks like he doesn't give two cares. AOC, he reminds me, somebody said it. He reminds him of Eli Manning. Everybody knows Eli had the dumbest look on his face, whether it was a touchdown or whether it was the dumbest pass he ever thrown in his life, and he had a short-term memory. I see AOC exactly the same way. He could care less about what people think. He could care less about what people know. None of that stuff matters. He's going to go to work every day, like you see, and make the improvements. And he's showing it to you. And that, I just don't understand. I don't understand.
Everybody, and also, all my Raider Nation brethren out here in the chat, man, let's not do the lazy, right? Because, sometimes we get secondhand, half-ass information, half-ass opinions from bullshit media. Yeah. Right? And we know what we're talking about. You know what I'm saying? How many times everybody look at the goddamn TV and want to just slap the shit out of Colin Cowherd and all the rest of them idiots on TV, right? So let's be real. So let's not do the lazy. And when I say that is, I don't give a damn about how much money Gardner Minshew's making, how much we paying Gardner Minshew. That's the lazy, right? That's the lazy narrative. Oh, they paying Gardner Minshew $25 million over such and such years, and they signed him for this and this. He got so much guaranteed money. That don't mean shit with an AP coach team. That ain't nothing but insurance. We got bread. Yep. We got damn near $40 million in cap space. What we giving Gardner Minshew is peanuts. So I don't want to hear about, oh man, they paying Gardner Minshew, so they got to play him. That ain't what's happening, dog.
It ain't.
That's not what's happening. So
thank you, Papa.
Agree. 100% agree. So we coming here, bottom of the hour, man. Another fire Syndicate show. Y'all already know what time it is. Much love to Pops for showing up today on Sunday, man, for this evening. Man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I know y'all cutting into my NBA finals. Don't tell me no damn scores out there either, chat. I don't want to hear no scores. The game is on the board.
My food done pulled up. You already know what time it is, man. It's time to eat something and watch that game. But Turf,
yes,
man,
sir.
Let us know what's going on, man. You know you got your Tuesday show coming up this week. What you got coming up, man?
Absolutely. Tuesday. I think we finally stepping into the defensive realm of things. I haven't picked just yet, right? But we've gone through everything offensively, right? Tackles, centers, everyone. So I don't know where I'll start. I'll keep that a secret, but be on the lookout. I absolutely will have a show hopefully tomorrow. As you know, Turf's got a new gig, so there's a lot going on from that respect. I'll find a way though to get that player exclusive out there on the grade report. Hopefully tomorrow. And we know Rundown got his show on Wednesdays. We got Spicy and Shield on Wednesday nights, right? We got Leo tomorrow, right? Hopefully, I know Leo had something pop up for him today, so he couldn't join us. But we got Leo tomorrow. And then obviously Thursday's Turf and Rundown. You already know.
No doubt.
Yo, that's gonna be a fire one this week. We starting to wrap stuff up. Trust me, you don't want to miss it. And then Man Talk Friday, Chris will be back. Yeah, y'all know the situation, man. We gonna
know the schedule, man. Y'all here on the network.
This fire.
Y'all know what time it is, man. So much love.
Hey, Turf, I gotta hit you. I gotta ask you real quick question for Turf, real quick, son.
Yeah, what's up?
You out here for that first game, right?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Okay, that's all I need to know. Yeah. We got a link, you know what I'm saying? So we definitely got to do that, man. You know what I mean? I just feel like there's gonna be a real Raider coming out party that every real Raider fan need to be at, man.
On game, baby.
It's
dumpster fire.
You know what I mean? Like
so far.
The football, the football guys bless us with this one, man. Like, it's a backyard. It's just a real dirty backyard rivalry that we getting ready to have with these dudes here. And it's like every real Raider fan, especially y'all SoCal Raider fans,
we
need to be in the house.
Hey,
We need to be in the house. We need to black that bitch out up in SoFi, dog.
Right,
just to let them know, dog, the Raider Army is real.
You're right, bro. And that's the reason why I'm coming. That's the reason why I'll step foot in that raggedy
Word up.
fire again. You know what I'm saying? Because my brothers will be there and I will be there with them.
Yeah,
but yeah.
No doubt.
That's gonna be fire. I can't wait for that. So coming up shortly, I definitely can't wait for that game. That's gonna be one hell of a time, guaranteed.
Yes, sir.
Man, much love to Pops. Appreciate you for showing up. Y'all already know I got my show on Wednesday. We live at 5. We done missed 2 shows, but we back at it on Wednesday. Gonna be giving you the rundown on what's been going on as far as the defense, what we can expect from the offense, all that, you know. Turf and rundown next week. You already know the Syndicate schedule, man. So make sure y'all show up, show out. Much love to everybody once again, man. It's been another successful Syndicate Sunday. Make sure y'all keep y'all heads up, right? Keep going. Another week down, right? Another week coming up. Much love to everybody. Stay safe out there, man. We're going to see y'all next week.
Word up.
Man. Y'all have a good one.
Appreciate y'all in the chat, man. Thanks for tuning in.
Yes, sir. Peace.